my everything. All that I am, all that I'll ever be is a result of who you are to me. My heart's desire is to do your will, to pursue your purpose, your plan fulfill. My soul's delight is to follow you. My goal, my purpose is your will to do. All that I am, all that I'll ever be is a result of who you are to me. All that I want for people to see is the image of I am in me. Every day I live to see. I thank you, God, because you let it be. The breath I breathe is life to me. Everything you are is what I wanna be. Yeah, yeah. All that I am, all that I'll ever be is a result of who you are to me. All that I want for people to see, yes, is the image of I am in me. All that I want, all that I'll ever be is a result of who you are to me. Yeah. All that I want for people to see, yes, is the image of I am in me. Yeah. Oh, is the image of I am in me. Is the image of I am in me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Is the image of I am in me. You are, you are, you are, you are.
It's Friday Night Live with Cat Carter. Get ready, set, let's go. Come on. It's Friday night. It's Friday Night Live. It's Friday night. It's Friday night with Cat Carter. It's Friday night. Hey. It's Friday night. It's Friday night. Yeah. It's Friday night with Cat Carter. It's Friday night. It's Friday Night Live. It's Friday night. It's Friday night with Cat Carter. It's Friday night. Hey. It's Friday night. It's Friday Night Live. It's Friday night with Cat Carter. 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 With Cat Carter.
Hey, welcome to Friday Night Live with Dr. Cat Carter. I am not Dr. Cat Carter. I am the media director, Cheryl Jewell. I am just holding it down while my mother is getting better on the good foot, and she will be back with us shortly. I promise you, and you cannot wait. I can't wait to show you what's in store. It is going to be awesome. It's going to be so much fun. I cannot wait. Friday Night Live is a positive platform where we come to inform, innovate, and inspire. And with that, I am not going to waste any time. Our guest host tonight is not a stranger to this show. Neither her or her little man, her little companion crusher. We love him on this show. And I will not waste any time. I hope you guys have your drinks, your beverage, your snack of choice. I'm going to bring her up, Kimberly Brewer.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing fabulous. I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. And
Mhm.
I'm just excited to get this started.
All right. I will hand it over to you. It's all you.
Okay, well, thank you. And hello, everyone. And I just want to say, Kat, Dr. Kat, we miss you, we love you, and we are praying for a speedy and full recovery for you. And so, right now, I'm going to read a little bit about our guest. Bass phenom Byron Lee Miller specializes in jazz funk fusion. He has spent years behind the scenes as a most valuable player for legends such as George Duke, Roy Ayers, Carlos Santana, Herbie Hancock, Joe Sample, The Crusaders, Marvin Gaye, Whitney Houston, Rochelle Farrell, and Luther Vandross. And I just want to say we're just so happy and pleased and excited and honored to have Byron. So, with no further ado, Mr. Byron Miller, everyone.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, hey!
What's up, Kimberly Brewer?
You are what's up, Mr.
You
Byron
looking
Miller.
Molly, you looking swelly elegant.
You look as well elegant too.
Well, okay then.
But
Thank
thank
you for that fabulous intro. I appreciate it.
my pleasure, and we are honored to have you with us this evening.
And Kat, come on, get up on the good foot, like your daughter said. Get better, get well soon.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you, Kat, for this platform, and thank you, Kim, for inviting me and everybody involved with this. I really appreciate it.
Well, it's my pleasure. So let's get down to it. How are you doing, Mr. Miller? It's
I'm good. I had a long day running from this morning to now.
mm-hmm,
Um, it's funny, I was sitting here going, all right, I got this interview. And then I was like, man, I didn't pay my registration
oh,
on my truck. And if you wait one day, it goes up 50%. They charge you a lot. So I made it back in time to sit here like I'm all composed and stuff, but I'm sweating and air's on
okay.
high. It
Well,
was
you
cold
know,
this morning. Now it's 100 degrees outside.
you are correct. And we're glad
Yes.
we're able to handle your business and
Yeah,
get
but
back
with all that, God is in control, and I'm good.
with
I'm
with
handling
all.
my business.
Yes, you are, Mr. Miller.
Thank you, Miss Kim.
So, where are you originally from, Byron?
Um, Mars, Pluto, which one you want to pick?
Oh man, the
Like,
real
come
one.
on, Psycho. I'm from I'm from a small city in the middle of Detroit called Highland Park.
Okay,
But most people say I'm from Detroit, but I'm from Highland Park. Just for all my Parkers.
okay,
Grew up in Highland Park. I went to grade school and high school in Highland Park.
okay.
I learned how to play music in Highland Park. Well, I taught myself in Highland Park.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm from Highland Park by way of Detroit.
Okay.
Tuxedo and Hamilton for my Parkers.
All right. So, does anyone else in your family play instruments, or are any of your other siblings or your parents were they musicians?
My mother played piano. Um, she played piano. We always had a piano in the house. We all took piano lessons. None of it really stuck with none of us, really.
Mm-hmm.
My sister Carla played violin in high school for a while. Um, my brother Kai, I believe he played saxophone for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think my sister Zolita played anything. I don't know. I'm not sure. I have to ask her. I hope she might be watching. She's going to tell me. I don't know. Um, but Carla and me,
Mm-hmm.
mostly. Yeah. Carla
Okay.
Miller, Carla Ray Miller.
Carla Ray Miller. All right, Carla Ray
Yeah.
Miller.
My sis. Yeah.
So, what made you pick up a bass?
Girl, I didn't want to be homeless.
All right. Well, I get
You know,
that.
I I was in high school. I was a horrible student in high school. I mean, somewhere between junior high, things went left,
Mhm,
and I wasn't interested in school anymore.
mhm,
And I had ADD. I couldn't concentrate on nothing.
mhm.
And I did play sports. I played football, and I broke my big toe in practice, so I couldn't walk. I was at home, and one day my mom came home with a bass and just gave it to me,
Mhm,
and I taught myself how to play it. Later on, once I really started getting into it, my sister Carla
mhm.
took me to the music store and signed for me to buy a bass. She
Wow.
she she was the signer. I had to make the payments. So
Uh-huh.
she helped me buy my first Fender bass.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
and my
amazing.
English teacher, Mr. Johnson,
Mhm.
signed for me to get my first amplifier.
Wow.
So I was hooked up. I had the baddest bass, the baddest amplifier, and couldn't
Mhm.
play nothing. So I had to get busy. But I taught myself learning off of Motown records, James Jamerson, sitting in my bedroom and listening to jazz, listening to everything.
Mhm. Okay, so how did you go from not knowing anything about the bass to getting a gig?
Um, you know what, Kim? At this point in my life, I don't remember not ever being able to play.
Okay.
So that's why I named two CDs before The Gift,
Mhm,
because I don't remember.
mhm,
Um, so it was just a blessing. I came out of high school and was playing around Detroit, playing different, sneaking in the clubs. Me and Ricky Lawson, we would sneak in the clubs,
yeah,
and we snuck in this jazz club, and this jazz player was in there. Me and Ricky snuck in, and we got backstage. We said we want to sit in. We know all your songs,
mhm.
and he's like, "How'd y'all get in here? Y'all need to get out of here. Let us play one song." So he let us up on stage, and we played.
Mhm.
And that jazz artist was Roy Ayers.
Okay.
So he put us in the Roy Ayers Ubiquity, and he took us out on the road.
Wow. How old?
And out of high school, we were 18, 19.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. We got in a van in Detroit. Roy was crazy. We got in a van and we drove from Detroit to Seattle, Washington in a
Mhm,
van,
mhm.
four brothers, full of equipment.
Okay.
Yeah, Roy didn't care,
Okay. Oh my goodness.
but he
So
started it off for the both of us. Really,
yeah, that's amazing. That's
that is
amazing.
amazing.
So
Bless his heart.
what was it like to work with Roy Ayers? My brother.
Crazy. It was crazy. Roy was crazy. Roy was all over the place. We started off making like $200 a week.
Mhm,
Um, but you young and out of high school, that's some money,
mhm,
We all roomed together. We had a good time. It was like being at camp.
mhm.
I learned a lot of music from Roy. Roy was
Mhm.
a beast on them vibes
Okay.
and just groove. It was like playing with James Brown. He just loved to groove. James Brown was his favorite artist. People
Mhm.
don't know that.
Okay.
So he would just groove. He would just stay in the vamp and just groove, groove, groove. And that's how I
Mhm.
learned how to groove.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So now, how long were you with the Roy Ayers band, and what was your next opportunity?
I played with Roy. I played with Roy a hard year and a half, almost two. It was hard.
Really?
And
Well,
yeah,
man, I
I was
guess.
playing. The second time we went back to Seattle, we went in the studio, recorded Mystic Voyage album,
Mhm.
which, if you're a Roy Ayers fan, you know what that is.
Okay.
And then we played at a jazz club called the Pioneer Bank. It was a converted bank to a
Mhm.
jazz club.
Okay.
The night we played there, Carlos Santana was playing at the stadium in that city.
Mhm.
After they got through with their concert, they came to check out Roy.
Okay.
So it was Carlos and Dougal Chancellor,
Mhm.
Tom Custer, the whole band. They
Mhm.
came to check out Roy, and Carlos sent his road manager backstage to talk to me
Mhm.
to see if I was interested in auditioning for Santana. And I was like, "Are you kidding? Yeah, heck yeah, yeah, let's do this." So, but it ended up I didn't have to audition because
Okay.
Indugal Chancellor, who ended up being my best friend,
Mm-hmm.
um, the drummer told Carlos, "You don't have to introduce this boy. This boy is playing." So they just
Mm-hmm.
hired me,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
and then I left Roy. Roy cussed me out too.
I bet he did.
He cussed me out.
Left them high and dry, man.
Yeah, no, I gave him a 2 week notice.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
Yeah,
that's
yeah, I
okay.
gave him a 2 week notice. Got a friend of mine from Detroit started playing bass with him, Kerry McNabb.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right, Mr. Byron. Well,
yeah, I
that's
was a
good.
gentleman about it.
Yeah.
I should have just left the way he was treating us.
Okay. Well, I guess that van probably got kind of rough.
What's that?
I said, I guess the van probably got kind of rough after a while. Y'all just traveling in a van, right?
Yeah. Later on, we started flying. We would
Okay.
fly. Um, yeah, we all threatened to quit after that van ride.
Okay.
So he sold that van and he got right.
Yeah. Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Well, tell us about your time with Carlos Santana.
Um, Carlos Santana. I was 19 going on 20 when I played with him.
Mm-hmm.
So I went from making $200 a week
Mm-hmm.
to making about $5,000 a week
Wow.
with with profit sharing, meaning that um, the band got a percentage of the ticket sales.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I was making bank.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah, I was making bank. I don't even think I ever told my brothers and sisters how much money I was making. You um, I can hear my sister now, Carla, talking stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
anyway, I always take care of her anyway. But
Absolutely.
um, Carlos was cool. Carlos is a different kind of cat. He's very quiet.
Mm-hmm.
At that time, he was into this religion, Sri Shamoy, where he wouldn't go on stage unless he was burning incense,
Mm.
and
Okay.
he wore white all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So we in rehearsal and on stage, we'd be halfway choking from the incense,
Wow.
and it was so loud. That's why I
Mm.
still got ringing in my ear now.
Mm.
But
Okay.
it was a great experience. I played in front of a 500,000 people
Mm-hmm.
at an outdoor festival, and we opened up for Grateful Dead,
Mm-hmm.
and I had never seen nothing like that before.
Okay.
So it was a great experience. And then I met my brother in Dougal,
Mm-hmm.
and we started chopping it up all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And Dougal got me hooked up with a lot of stuff.
That's good. Mm-hmm.
But Carlos fired me too, though.
Bye, Byron.
He fired me and the singer. The band was
Mm-hmm.
getting too dark skinned.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and after he fired us, and Dougal quit.
Okay.
And I'll tell you that story later. Well, because it looked like you got another question on your lips.
No, you can tell me now. Tell us about
No, no, I'll
it.
wait on you. Come on now.
Okay. Well, now earlier you mentioned Psycho Bass. Where did that name come from?
Um, did I mention that?
Yeah, you did when
Okay.
you did.
Psycho Bass. The name Psycho Bass. When I decided to start recording my own records,
Mm-hmm.
um, just an old friend of mine who used to be the president of Warner Brothers, um, Don Mizell,
Mm-hmm.
and we started talking about it. I was like, "Hey, man, I'm looking for a record deal." He said, "Man, well, you got to come up with a gimmick or a name or something." He said, "You can't come out as Byron Miller because there's another Miller out there doing it."
Mm-hmm.
Talking about Marcus Miller.
Yeah.
He said, "People will get you confused." And so just in my sleep, I woke up and I called him. I said, "Man, Psycho Bass." He said, "I like that, but why?" I said, "First of all, I'm psycho crazy about playing the bass,
Mm-hmm.
and I just think it's catchy. So I'm Psycho Bass Miller now.
All right, Psycho Bass.
Yeah,
Psycho
Psycho
Miller.
crazy as all get out,
Mm-hmm.
and don't
Yeah.
care,
Okay.
Miss Kill."
Mr. Byron. So then, what was your next gig after Carlos Santana fired you?
Um, The next gig, oh, I actually went back to Ray Ayers for like 3 weeks.
Mhm.
He bribed me back. He paid me a lot of money,
Mhm.
and I went back and we were playing. We were playing up in San Francisco at Keystone West,
Mhm.
and I get a call from this guy. He says, "Hey man, the dude told me you're a bad dude. I want to know if you can come to LA and record with me." He said,
Mhm.
"My name is George Duke."
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so I got up off the ground.
Mhm.
I said, "Yeah, yeah, I'll come record." So we were. I was playing in Frisco at night, recording with George in the daytime.
Okay.
Roy got wind of this
Mhm.
and called George and cussed him out.
Okay.
Crazy, cussed
Mhm.
George out. And then I left George again, and then me and Dougal and George started the George Duke band.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and that's then. So your question is, I started playing with George Duke after that.
Okay. So, how did Reach For It happen?
Um, Girl, you going right to the meat, huh?
I am.
Girl, slow down.
All right. Well,
Um,
something else you want to talk about? Talk about it.
Now reach for it. I tell you, reach for it. George Duke Band. We played in a club in D.C.
Mhm.
called the Cellar Door, and we were grooving. And George said solo, and I soloed, and got people were standing and going crazy.
Mhm.
And so that was one night. So then we came back to L.A. George
Mhm.
said we're going in the studio. I said, oh, okay. So George said, and Duke will play that beat you were playing in D.C. And then George started playing, and he said, Byron, start playing. He just let the tape run.
Uh-huh.
And that's how that bass solo came on Reach For It.
Okay.
Then they came back and put the rap and all that stuff on it.
Mhm.
And right after that, we went to Europe. And we were in Europe for about 3 weeks. And then we got a call. Y'all need to come back to America because Reach For It is a hit. It went gold. That song went gold in 2 weeks.
Wow. Okay.
It's the most heard bass solo in history ever.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't hear people talking about that though.
Okay. Why are you talking about
Yeah, I've heard, hey man, was that Stanley Clark? No. Was that
it?
Bootsy?
Mhm.
No. That was Psycho.
Yeah, yes, it
Back then he
was.
was Byron. Yeah.
Mhm. Okay.
But yeah, and I just did a remake of that song that's on the radio doing really well.
That's
Yeah.
my next.
Thank you, George and Dougal, way up there in heaven.
Absolutely.
Yeah, my brothers.
Mhm. And Chris Big Dog Davis with this one, the
Chris
new one.
Big Dog Davis did the arrangement. Chris is
Hmm.
so funky. I couldn't think of nobody else that could have done that
Yeah,
but
yeah, he's
Chris.
yep, he's
Yeah,
dope.
he's stupid funky. He and musical.
Hmm.
Yeah, you work with him too, right?
I have. He's one of my favorite producers, other than Mr. Byron Miller.
Oh, you ain't just saying that because you interviewing me right now.
I'm not just saying that,
I'm gonna ask
Byron.
you. I'm gonna ask you about that later. I think you
Hey.
just yeah.
Hmm. So, Byron, I guess it's been a few months since the Eaton Canyon fires and the Pacific Palisades fires happened. I know that you are living in one of the areas that was affected. How are you doing, and how's the recovery process with that?
I'm living in the area. I live 2 blocks from Eden Canyon.
Mm-hmm.
I walk my dog past Eden Canyon every morning. Um, I'm doing good. My house is still standing.
Mm-hmm.
I still have all my bases, all my clothes, everything.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Up the street, there's a few houses that burned down. The
Mm-hmm.
old houses that I lived in before, when I was married, before I got divorced, that burned down. Where the first B Spot studio was, that burned down.
Mm-hmm.
Um, most of the city is burned down.
Yeah, it's
But I'm good. I'm blessed. I'm
mhm,
happy. I'm happy God spared me because I would have lost everything. And
absolutely.
I know people who lost everything. You
Mm-hmm.
know, and Yeah, January 7th. I left. I had to evacuate at about 4:30 in the afternoon. The
Mm-hmm.
wind was blowing so hard in my house that my floors were squeaking,
Mm-hmm.
like
Mm-hmm.
squeak, squeak, and
Mm-hmm.
fire was just shooting up the street.
Wow.
So I got in my little car
Mm-hmm.
and I got gone. I got a video of my Ring camera. It's
Okay.
funny. It looks like all you see me is with a bass and my
Mm-hmm.
computer bag, and I got out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's scary.
it was scary. And this city is going to be going through it for a minute. All you see on the streets up here are big trucks.
Mm-hmm.
They'll get no car wash because there's mud all over the street. You got
Mm-hmm.
to know what street to go down.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but I'm thankful and blessed, and I'm praying for a lot of friends I have that don't have the stuff anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, speaking of mud, where did Mudbone come from?
Mudbone.
Yeah.
You never heard of Mudbone?
Well, I heard you talking about Mudbone.
Richard Pryor
Me
talk
and
about
him.
Mudbone on the Richard Pryor show.
Oh, I didn't know that it was. Okay, I thought you had a different version. I didn't know that was
No, I
from
was
the
just
station.
talking. I was talking smack.
Okay.
What song that was that on, Kim?
Byron.
Come on now.
The Mudbone special. I don't know.
The Mudbone Special. That's gonna be on the next record.
Okay. Hmm.
What was that?
Oh, so I could have answered it, and you would have you wouldn't have known anyway.
No, you would have jogged my memory, or you would have. I would have like, yeah, I could
Okay.
find it. I got my computer right here. What's your next question?
Got it. Okay.
You
So
talking smack, girl? Oh, that
always.
was on. Wait, hold up. That was Funky Boy.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, I got
Oh,
it.
now you know it.
I remember now. I
I know
remember.
you. I know you do, darling. I know you do.
Okay. So tell us about your time with Luther Vandross.
Woo,
I know
Luther.
that's a good chunk of your life with Luther.
Well, that was 14, 15, 16 years of it.
Hmm.
Yeah, that was well, old as I am now. It's just a little piece of my life now.
Well, your professional life.
Yeah. All right. Well, the Luther story was, um, I called Marcus Miller,
Hmm.
because we talk every now and then.
Hmm.
And we were just talking about things and Duke and what I was doing and what he was doing.
Hmm.
And then we got through the conversation. Then he called me right back. He said, "Hey, man, Luther fired his bass player. You interested?" I said, "Yeah, I love Luther."
Hmm.
Um, so he said, "All right, I'm going to have his music director call you." So this cat calls me with this real low voice. "Hey, man, how you doing, man?" It's Nat Adderley Jr. Nat is about 3 feet tall, but his voice, he sounds like, well, he's taller than that. I'm sorry, Nat. Um, hey, man, we want to fly you out. The gig is yours if you want it. He said, "I don't think you have to audition."
Hmm.
So I flew into New York, started rehearsing, and then I played with him till he passed away. Did his last show at Radio City Music Hall, which was a live CD.
Hmm.
Um, Luther he was a perfectionist. He was a great guy to play with. I learned a lot of music. I learned how to play simple,
Hmm.
but simple is complicated.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I went from reach for it to house
Mm.
is not a home.
Okay. Wow.
And musically it's a whole different thing. Cats want to play all kinds of stuff, but sometimes you just gotta, lay in the cut.
Hmm.
But yeah, Luther was, and the Luther band, we still are like brothers.
Well, that's good. That's
Yeah,
good.
it was a great experience. Still miss him every day. When I hear his music come on the radio, he was so ahead of his time.
Yeah.
Nobody sang like that.
Hmm.
Luther was a bad boy.
He was
Yeah,
the documentary was amazing on him.
yeah,
Yeah, I
and
enjoyed it.
that thing they did on CNN is really good too.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
got a box of Kleenex and
Mm-hmm.
sat there and watched it and cried like a baby.
Yep.
because I said I wasn't gonna watch it.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, y'all could have interviewed me on something. It's funny, my kids was watching it, and
Mm-hmm.
there's if you look real hard, you'll see me in a couple of video clippings.
Yeah,
My
I saw.
son, my son texted me. He was like, "Hey y'all, I just see a daddy sighting." I was like, "Y'all need to quit."
That's hilarious. Can
Yeah,
you
but
say?
it was Luther was a good experience.
Mm-hmm. You said I think at one point he flew like from New York to LA to bring your kids presents or something like that.
On Christmas Eve,
Yeah.
um, my two youngest daughters, he to flew to LA,
Mm-hmm.
pulled up in front of my house in his limo,
Mm-hmm.
and gave Pilar and Chelsea diamond earrings.
Oh my goodness. Oh, that's so
Yeah.
sweet.
Then he went in my little studio there and sang on one of my songs.
Ah, okay. So everybody got presents.
Yeah, and then we ate about 4 buckets of fried chicken. Then he left.
Okay.
We had a good time.
Merry
Yeah,
Christmas.
yeah.
Especially.
Luther was family. Luther
Mhm.
is family.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, what was your time like with Whitney Houston, and how long were you with Whitney?
Whitney, it's in my bio, but
Okay,
I never played with Whitney live. I did a recording session for Whitney
okay, I
that
didn't
Nat
know.
Adderley Jr. produced,
Mm-hmm.
and these songs never came out.
Okay.
So I might need to take that out of my bio. But Whitney was one of my favorite singers.
Mm-hmm.
Whitney could sing and make me cry.
Yeah, yeah.
The what was it? National anthem at the
Mm-hmm.
Olympics?
Yeah, that was amazing.
No, man, I can't hear it now.
Mm-hmm.
We were on the road. Luther, we was all on the road. We all got in the room and watched it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Everybody's in there crying.
Yeah, there's no other singers like her.
Yeah, can't nobody go, like that.
Mm-hmm.
I only know a few that could have you going,
Mm-hmm.
Rochelle is one too.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, now that
Rochelle
one.
Farrell. She
Yeah,
is from another planet.
she is nobody. Now,
She is not from here.
just it's not. You know, some of the stuff is like she's not even singing. It's like it's some other kind of communication that she's doing.
No,
It's
it's a
she.
vibe. It's I forget what oh, she how she explains it.
Mm-hmm.
She visits different frequencies.
Okay.
So she hears different stuff and it takes
Mm-hmm.
her sometimes you can see it in her face when she goes there.
Mm-hmm.
And she can actually sing a chord with her
Yeah.
voice.
Mm-hmm.
3 notes.
Mm-hmm.
She is unreal.
Mm-hmm. She
Yeah.
is.
I talked to her the other day. She's doing good.
That's good. We
Yeah.
miss hearing her voice. Like I'll watch her on YouTube sometimes, and it's like, how is she doing what she does? She's just so
It's
gifted.
unreal. And play the heck out the piano too.
Yeah. Yep.
And
Absolutely.
sing at the same time. Ain't nobody
Mm-hmm.
doing that, man.
Mm-hmm. You are
No.
correct.
Steve or I guess a few people, but not like
Yeah.
that.
Not like her. Not like
Mm-mm.
her. Yeah.
Aretha used to do that though.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Woo.
Mm-hmm.
My own girl for the church.
Yeah. So would you like to listen to watch some of the videos at this point that we sent to Miss Cheryl? If Cheryl, you there? Hello.
Oh, that's my boy Marcus.
Yay.
Ooh, that's a lot of bass there.
That was a lot of bass in your face. In
That's
face.
a real Miller time, huh? For those who
Absolutely.
don't know, that was Marcus Miller playing the other bass along with Byron Miller.
Mhm.
Psycho,
So,
Miss
Mr. Byron,
Kimco.
yes, Mr. Byron. So, let me see. You have a new, a new single that's coming out, don't you, with Mr. Tommy Davidson?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, it actually comes out on Monday, June 2nd.
Mm-hmm.
What's the name of it? You remember the name of it?
Oh, let me see. I can find it. Let's see.
Oh, Take My Hand. It's called Take My Hand.
Mm-hmm.
It's it's a song written by, I call him the Godfather, very good friend of mine, Stanley
Mm-hmm.
Clark. Stanley Clark wrote and arranged this song, and he recorded it years ago. And Tommy called me up. He said, "Hey, man, I want to do this song. It's an old Stanley song." I was like, "Man, I ain't trying to play no Stanley Clark. What's wrong with you?" So he talked me into it.
Mm-hmm.
Then I really got into it, and it came out really good. I actually sent it to Stanley, and Stanley was like, "Stanley, he don't call me Byron. He A.B.
Mm-hmm.
That's jamming." So I knew I did a pretty good job. But it comes out, it goes to radio on June 2nd.
Okay.
It's
Well, it
called,
sounds.
yeah, it sounds good.
Mhm. Yeah. Tommy
Yeah,
sounds great.
he does. Tommy's very talented.
Yeah,
Matter of
absolutely.
fact, he's a good friend of both of ours, and we encourage him to. I mean, telling jokes and being comedian and acting, he's a genius.
He is. He's
But
just
he has
well.
a lot to say.
Yeah, he does. He does.
Yeah, he's a very talented brother, and very
Mm-hmm.
giving,
Yep.
very giving. Along with, I want to say that about Marcus too. Marcus is very giving. He always gives me a plug, and
Mm-hmm.
he was in Europe on tour, and he called me up. He said, "Man, I'm listening to your record every day on the bus." I said, "Man, turn my stuff off. Stop stealing my licks, man. Stop it."
Oh my
No,
goodness.
Marcus is one of the best out there.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah,
know,
absolutely.
yeah, love him like a brother. We probably are brothers somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Miller and Miller,
Yeah,
Miller
absolutely.
Thriller,
Okay.
Miller Thriller. Kim.
Mm-hmm. So, how's your relationship with Mr. Big Daddy Nate Watts? I know y'all go way back too.
Oh, that's my boy.
Mm-hmm.
That's my boy. I got a funny story about Nate. Back in the day, we would run across each other, every now and then in Detroit. We was both young, and another one of my best friends, David Miles, got the gig with Stevie.
Mm-hmm.
So we had a band called the Ebony Set. So Dave had to leave the band, and I was like, man, I was missing Dave. I was like, and I tell Nate this all the time. I said, man, I was gonna poison you, man, because I wanted that gig. I was gonna knock you off, brother.
It's terrible.
But no, Nate is a good person,
He is.
lifelong friend, and
Mm-hmm.
can't nobody play the bass like that. I mean, that
Yeah.
Motown feel. Can't
Yeah.
nobody play with Steve but Nate.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard a bunch of bass players from Detroit
Yeah.
do it, but no.
They're not doing it
Mm-mm.
like Nate. Mm-hmm.
No, I wouldn't even try to play that gig. If he called me
Yeah.
for that gig, no, Steve, I can't do that. Mm-mm.
Mhm.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
be talking stuff, but no, I ain't.
Mhm.
That's Nate's gig.
Well,
Nate needs to get a. He needs to get a gold watch or something. He been on that. How long Nate been
he
on
needs
that
to
gig?
get a gold watch, a gold
He need
Rolls
to
Royce.
get a Rolls Royce, huh?
Yeah, gold, a lot of stuff. Gold base.
That all of that.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's a
absolutely.
loyal brother. He's a good friend to both of us, though. I love Nate.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
One and only Nate Watts, Big Daddy.
Big Daddy.
George is Big Daddy though. George Duke.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we call George Duke Big Daddy, but Nate
Well,
used to carry it well. He don't carry it well no more. He lost
he
weight.
is not Big Daddy anymore. We went to lunch, me, Nate, and Lynn and Bridget, and I was like, Nate, you're not Big Daddy no more anymore. You
He little
medium,
Big Daddy.
he's medium daddy. But he looks good and he's healthy, so he looks good.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad he's doing that because a lot of us we dropping off, not taking care
Yeah.
of ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Absolutely. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So, what was I going to ask you? What are some of your favorite places that you've toured and that you would like
Um,
to go back to?
Probably number one on the list is Rio de Janeiro, Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
I played there back in the '70s, and we did with Duke, and we
Mm-hmm.
did a record that was a big hit for George called the Brazilian Love Affair,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and we actually recorded that um,
Mm-hmm.
in Brazil, and the hotel was right on the water, beach Ipanema,
Okay. Oh, I'm from
and
Ipanema.
yeah, and all the girls from Ipanema were walking up and down. They was all topless. So
Mm-hmm.
me and Ricky was on. We stayed on the balcony. We stayed
Mm-hmm.
on the balcony with our cameras in Ipanema. You know, we had a ball. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and the food was great. The people were great. We actually went to this a stadium and they had a samba school.
Mm-hmm.
80,000 people holding tamarines and bongos and
Mm-hmm.
stuff.
Okay.
Crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, that was number one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I love Italy.
Okay.
You know, I love to go to Italy, all over Italy.
Mm-hmm.
I love Japan.
Mm-hmm.
Um, oh, South Africa.
Okay.
Cape Town was bananas.
I've never been there.
Oh, it was like being in Beverly Hills.
Mm, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually went to Mandela's house for
Okay.
dinner.
Wow.
Oh, that's one thing that's not in my bio, and I'm proud of this. I was the musical director for the African American Summit,
Mm-hmm.
and Bill Clinton was there. Jesse Jackson.
Okay.
Um, um, what's the attorney? If it doesn't fit, you have to quit.
Yeah.
Johnny Cochran.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I hung out at Mandela's house. His guest house had 30 rooms.
Wow. His guest house
His
had 30?
guest house had 30 rooms. And I was
Goodness.
with Bill Clinton and all of them, and we were
Mm-hmm.
all at the bar drinking cognac.
Wow. Okay.
Now, you know, I drank too much and started talking too much stuff to everybody.
Uh-huh.
Yes, but no, that was another place that I would love to go back to. Yeah. I went to
Okay.
Soweto too. That's where a lot of people died during the apartheid.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was a very educational gig.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Najee was in the band.
Okay.
Um, who else? It was one of those Bill Hammond productions.
Mm-hmm.
We had a good time.
That's good.
Yeah.
So, tell us a little bit about your time with Marvin Gaye.
Ow! Marvin was Marvin was a great human being.
Mm-hmm.
He was a great guy. He was a great guy to work for.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, the substance abuse had him.
Yeah.
That whole tour, that was the longest tour I ever did in my life. That was like a 13-month tour.
Wow. That's a
We
long
left and didn't come back for a year and something.
time. Mm-hmm.
And it was a hard tour to do.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but the music was great. Um, the band was great.
Mm-hmm.
With the orchestra, you know, the guitar players was Wawa,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Gmo,
Mm-hmm.
Greg Moore.
Mm-hmm.
Um, uh, what was Marvin's brother's name? I can't think of his name. But Sheila E was the percussionist.
Okay.
Sheila, her brother, and their cousin, that was
Mm-hmm.
percussionist.
Okay.
McKinley Jackson
Mm-hmm.
was a musical director.
Mm-hmm.
And the band was killing. We had a good time. Marvin was a great experience.
Mm-hmm.
Great experience to see somebody with that kind of fame
Mm-hmm.
going through what he went through during that tour.
Yeah.
You know, take drugs to get on stage and then come
Mm-hmm.
off stage and take drugs to go to sleep.
Yeah. That's
No in
right.
between.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the devil was not letting up on him.
Mm-hmm. That's really
You
sad.
know, it was hard to see, but the music was the bright part.
Mm-hmm.
and all the people in the orchestra. We had a good time.
Okay. Speaking of the bright part, tell me about Toby.
Who is Toby? Toby who?
Toby Miller.
That little dog that be walking me up and down the street every day?
Mm-hmm.
I have a cane Corsa. He's a year old. And that's my sidekick.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a great dog. He's in training.
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't get a dog like that and don't train him.
Yeah, absolutely
But,
not.
he's something else. Toby is expensive too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Toby
Well,
went through a big bag of dog food. These bags cost $80 a piece
mm-hmm.
in a week and a half.
Toby needs a job.
But Toby is like, when I just bought a treadmill,
Mm-hmm.
I ain't need no treadmill now.
Mm-mm.
Toby walking me 3 times a day.
That's hilarious.
But I'm gonna get him on the treadmill.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've seen you
I'm gonna sit there. I'm gonna
on the
sit there
treadmill.
with my beverage and watch him run on the treadmill.
Like Astro
Yeah,
or the
yeah.
Jetsons.
No, but he's a great dog. I love dogs. I'm a dog lover. I lost. I had a Rottweiler named Parker,
Mm-hmm.
and I lost him a few years ago. I didn't want another dog, but
Yeah.
it's just me in this house. Now it's me and Toby. So it's a good addition to my home. I ain't been able to play no music since he's been here, but that's why he's in training. He's
Mm-hmm.
he's learning a lot.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, Toby is cool.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, tell me about the Crusaders. I don't know a whole lot about the Crusaders.
Really,
Mm-hmm.
Joe Sample and uh, Wilton Felder. You know who Wilton Felder is?
I do not. I know who Joe Sample was, but I don't know who Wilson
Okay,
Bell.
Wilton Felder was the saxophone player. Bad
Mm-hmm.
dude, but just as bad on the bass.
Okay. Okay.
Wilton played on a lot of Motown recording sessions.
Mm-hmm.
And then they had Wayne Henderson, trombone player, who
Okay.
was a big producer back then. And then Styx was a drummer. I believe, is Styx still living? I'm not sure. But Wilton died. Um, I think Wayne passed away.
Mm-hmm.
And then Joe Sample, me and Joe were tight.
Mm-hmm.
Joe changed my name from Byron to
Mm-hmm.
Sucker.
Nope. That's not a
He
good
said,
thing.
come on, Sucker. Sucker. S.
Uh-huh.
Not with the, yeah,
I
Sucker.
think the other. Come on, man.
Come on, I'm just making people be like, what? Now me and Joe were tight, and I played on a couple of Joe Sample records. I
Okay.
played on that Carmel record.
Mm-hmm.
I did some tour. I did 3 tours with the Crusaders and
Okay.
a tour with Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then I did a tour with the Crusaders where Induga was the drummer, and that was crazy. That was wild.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
yeah, that was a good time. That was a good time. It
Mm-hmm.
was it was a hard gig to play because the 3 guys, Joe, Wilton, and Wayne, were all from Texas, and they
Mm-hmm.
had a groove that they were used to hearing,
Okay.
and they stayed on the musicians. They were like, "Y'all not playing that Texas groove and stuff." And I looked
Mm-hmm.
at Joe one day. I said, "Hey, you know why? I'm from Detroit, Holmes."
Mm-hmm.
And he started laughing, and we was partners ever since.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Joe was a real one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's next for you, Byron?
Oh, I'm glad you asked.
Well, I'm glad I asked too.
Yeah, you're on top of it, Kim. Go, I'm proud of you.
You.
Get it, girl. I'm I have the single out Reach For It right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm working on 2 different CDs at the same time. The Reach For It song is gonna be on the George Duke tribute record.
Okay.
I did a version of Rhyme No Reason
Mm-hmm. Oh.
that Rochelle is on.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I'm doing that record, and then I'm doing the next Psycho Bass record, which I'm working on a song now. Well, the Psycho Bass record is going to be called Motor City Love, Motor City Detroit, Motor City Love. I'm working on the song now. The first single is going to be called Woodward Avenue,
Mm.
and I'm working on that with Phil Davis.
Okay. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So I got a lot going on, and I did I was executive producer for this singer named Kimberly Brewer.
Yes, you were.
This
Thank you.
this Quincy Jones song, which uh which is jamming that Big Dog Davis produced.
He did. I love that track.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
Him, him and his niece Devin Tiana. She has a beautiful voice. She
she
she sings
does.
majority of the backgrounds on there. I
She
played with her.
does.
Her
She
voice is.
does.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I'm actually gonna do a Quincy song with Big Dog as well.
Yeah,
Song called Stuff Like That. I think I might do that one.
that's awesome. I used to love that song.
That sounds funky. I mean, his that track is funky, girl.
Yeah, yeah, it
That
is.
that's gonna get crowd. When I listen to music now, I listen. Like, so what is this gonna do live? Are people
Mhm.
gonna just be like this? They gonna get up and dance in the aisle on that.
Oh yeah, absolutely,
They
absolutely.
get up and dance on the aisle and reach for it.
Mm-hmm.
Rhyme no reason. They gonna go crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I have to say this one before. Dang, I've been talking too much.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I did a Janet Jackson song that has Reagan Whiteside on it on flute.
Yeah,
Yeah. I can't think of the name of it right now though.
it's not
Anytime.
any. Yeah.
The song Anytime. And it's
Mm-hmm.
sexy.
Mm-hmm.
Um Big Dog produced that as well.
Yeah, he's
And I'm
amazing.
playing the melody with Reagan
Mm-hmm.
and she takes a solo and then I
Oh,
come back and we solo together at the end.
okay.
And it's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
So I got
Reagan,
some hot music coming out. Yeah.
absolutely. Reagan is incredible.
She is. I've never met her or talked to her.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
But that girl can play. She's so musical.
Yeah, she is. She
Yeah.
is. I
And she
was.
sounds great on your single.
Yes, she does. Yes, she
Yeah.
does. Just,
That kind of made me want to put her on my single. I was like,
I kind of
oh,
thought that. Uh-huh.
how you.
Well, don't you have something coming up with Mesa and some other artists?
That's in November. That's right before Thanksgiving.
Oh,
Yeah, Jazz Festival back in Virginia
mm-hmm.
with Elvin. I can't think of the name of the festival though. But it's in Virginia in November. But I'm gonna be looking to book some more stuff back there at that time.
Yeah, yeah.
And out here as well.
Mm-hmm.
And might even feature Kimberly Brewer doing her music
That would be,
before Cycle comes on and stank the stage up.
well, I would be honored. I would definitely be
Yeah,
honored.
because I think you said you would do that for free, right?
um,
Oh,
I
look
don't
at your face now. Look
ever
at
believe,
you.
I don't ever believe I said that. You
You
must
said
have
it,
been
Kim.
dreaming. I
Well,
did
go and
not.
say it now. Say it now.
I will not.
I'm
I
black and I'm
shall not.
proud.
I shan't. Oh, I'm black and I'm proud. But I'm not
And you
free.
go, yeah, you
I'm
gonna do
not
this.
free. I'm a free man.
I heard that. Don't do nothing free.
Okay. Um, let's see. So we had some other video footage, I believe, that would be nice to see right now.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh, oh, Lord.
Yeah. That's a bad
Boy
man
could,
right there.
man, that boy could play, can't he?
Yes, he can.
That was my very first single on the Psycho Bass series.
Okay. Well, it
Yeah,
sounds amazing, and thank you.
yeah.
So
That
I
song
think
was called "You Must Be Crazy."
it was called "Who Must Be Crazy."
You must be crazy, not you, but
Uh,
you must be crazy.
All right, Mr. Byron.
Listen to you. They call who?
Come on, man.
Come on.
Well, I believe our time has come to an end for this program.
No,
Yep.
that
Is there?
wasn't no hour.
It was an hour.
That wasn't no hour.
Is there anything else that you would like to tell us about what's going on with you, or any other shows? Or
You know what I need to do? I have to send a shout out.
okay.
First of all, to my 4 kids,
Mhm.
Pilar, Chelsea, Justin, and Felicia.
Mhm.
And then my grandkids, Alyssa, Nico, Pepe, Paisley. Who am I missing?
Noah, Noah, Nico, Pace.
Noah. Yeah. Noah, my little writer. He said he wrote a song last night, sent it to me this morning.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's 6 years old. He's writing songs on the computer already.
Yep. Love to
So,
hear.
to the family, family is everything. And Miss
Absolutely.
Kim, thank you so much.
Thank you, Byron. Thank you for this is my first ever interview, actually being the interviewer. And I appreciate you doing this with me and for me. And I couldn't have picked anyone else that I would rather have done this with. So thank you.
You need to send this to BET. You need to be on TV.
All right, Mr. Byron.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
You're
And
welcome.
well, I will say, may God bless and keep us all. And yeah, I think
Bless Cat. Bless you, Cat.
and Cheryl.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
thanks for
Oh, absolutely, Cheryl.
yeah.
Slow down with the workouts, Cheryl. We won't let nothing, we won't let it happen to you. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, well, we'll pray for Cheryl's muscles.
Yes.
So I don't know how we close out. Cheryl, do you come back on, or what's the situation?
Yeah, that ain't how you.